Welcome to the Box of Inspirations, the place where you get the best for you and your business from successful people and entrepreneurs.
Hi, this is Mike Michalowicz here, author of Profit First, and what I wanted to share today is a strategy from that book, from Profit First. In fact, it was something I needed to discover for myself. I built and sold a couple companies and thought that I had the formula licked to a successful business. Start a business, grow aggressively, do everything to grow more, and then sell the business to somebody, and it's in that moment where you'll make your money. Well, I tried to follow that formula, and it subsequently failed. I became an angel investor and lost all my money. And what I discovered was that I wasn't the only person that thought success was defined through growth. I found that most entrepreneurs were like me, and as they were trying to grow their businesses, that they were living check by check. In fact, there was a study here in the U.S. by the Small Business Administration, and identified there was 28 million small businesses in the U.S., and that 23 million of them are check by check. And check by check means that they don't have enough money coming in to cover payroll, and they don't have enough money coming in to sustain the business. They need a deposit now to stay in business. And if they don't bring money in the next month or so, they may be out of business. So it's a day-to-day survival of these businesses. And that's what I experienced. Even though I sold these two companies, I was living day to day. It was only when I sold them when I made my money. And I thought that's how you had to run a business. But when I heard that statistic that 23 million businesses are this way, just surviving, not profitable, I thought, how could so many entrepreneurs be smart enough, intelligent enough to start a business, attract clients and prospects, do all this stuff to build a great company, yet they couldn't figure out the profit component? Are people flawed in this one part of their brain? Could that really be it? Or could it be something we're doing is flawed? And that's when I discovered that there is a problem in the fundamental formula that every business uses. And it's this formula. Sales minus expenses equals profit. We believe that you have to sell as much as possible, incur expenses to support those sales, and then the leftover is profit. But that's the problem. Profit's a leftover. And it's human behavior to ignore or pay little attention to the remainder or the leftover and pay the most attention to what's in front of us. So sales come in, we see money go into our bank account. We say, next step is expenses. I got money, I can cover these expenses. It's maybe best explained through a quick analogy with a tube of toothpaste. When I suspect the folks listening in now are the same way. When you get a new tube of toothpaste, you use more toothpaste. You put a longer bead on the toothbrush. When you pour water over the toothbrush, if that toothpaste falls in the sink, you go back to that brand new tube and you get more toothpaste. Conversely, when that toothpaste tube is nearly empty, our behavior changes radically. We squeeze more and more toothpaste out of that tube. We bend it over the sink. We cut off the end of the toothpaste tube to get toothpaste out, and we use less of it. We become more conservative. And in this case, if the toothpaste falls in the sink, we scoop it right back out, put it on our toothbrush, and brush away. So our behavior changes based upon what we see available to us. And that's when I came up with this formula, Profit First. When I discovered that if we follow the old formula, sales minus expenses equals profit, that sales accumulate, we then cover expenses, that we will use that brand new tube of toothpaste up. Conversely, if we take our profit first, sales come in, we take a predetermined percentage of money and allocate it to a separate account, to hide it away from ourselves. That basically we're serving up an empty tube of toothpaste to ourselves, and we'll behave differently. So I did this for my own business. Every time I brought in a deposit, I took a percentage, 20% of that money, and instantly tucked it and hid it away from myself. Now I had less money for expenses. I basically flipped the formula. It was now sales minus profit equals expenses. Profit was coming first. I had to address my expenses in different ways. There was pressure on me to run my business more efficiently. And very quickly I adjusted. And that's the lesson I want to share with everybody. Start taking your profit first. I found for my own business, this has been the greatest mechanism to growing profitability. I've now implemented it with at least 1,000 customers that I have on record, but I believe thousands and thousands, maybe tens of thousands of companies are now implementing this as my book becomes more and more popular. They're taking their profit first. And what happens is they automatically behave differently. They behave more conservatively. The irony is, from that study where 23 million businesses are struggling, it's not the person. It's not that we have a piece of our brain that's not functioning. It's the old formula, sales minus expenses equals profit. It's no longer valid. Start the new formula, sales minus profit equals expenses. Take your profit first, and you are ensuring profitability for your business, and you're ensuring that you'll run your business more effectively on less expenses because you have to. Thank you so much for listening to Box of Inspirations. I'm Mike Michalowicz, and if you want to learn more about me, you can get free downloads for my books. Go to www.mikemichalowicz.com.
Thanks for tuning in on today's episode. Head on over to boxofinspirations.com for full recaps and much more.